Hello everyone, great day as always, and I'm really happy. Some amazing stuff has been happening around here. Let me show you the moat wall which has been getting exposed, because it's just starting to come together. I get really excited seeing all the ivy being peeled back, the original architecture starting to come out. I mean, obviously I'm finding extra work, but it's kind of starting to go less from a very pretty place that's a bit overgrown to something a bit more formal. Oh, certainly more formal than it was, and I'm getting excited. Well, that's a lot of ivy off the rest of this wall, isn't it? Really starting to uncover it now. It's going to need some repairs, all right. And it goes right the way back here, behind this, and to this spot, which is where the wall actually collapsed. And that will, of course, be all to do with the roots of this huge conifer. But no, it's not done yet. It's looking good, isn't it? Looking better. Starting to come together to be chateau-y. All right, Rick's gone all shy, but all of this was covered in ivy, falling down. There are trees growing out of it. I mean, look at the other side. And he's rebuilt this. Obviously we need some work. We're going to mortar it properly. And now it's got all the way down there. And he's got a bit further to go. We literally couldn't be doing this if it wasn't for Rick's help at the moment, because it's the first days of opening. It's just all hands on deck. And if you forget about one place and one thing, then one thing takes over. So these few days, it's been extremely helpful. We're very thankful to Rick for doing these things so we are not falling behind here. Down at Angler Auto, as this is, I don't know what you call it, staging post, where the majority of the aid donations, and obviously we're going to be loading the vans from here. It's not where we're leaving. We've got to convene somewhere a little bit more simple for everybody. But we're down here, we're sort of loading up the aid. Vans are getting serviced. Very helpful having mechanics to service all the vans before we're all the vehicles before we're off. Because I've got no time to do anything. I'm literally, it's Easter Saturday. We've got live music, food truck outside, our newest venture, the Red Lion, and then it's Easter Sunday. It'll be quite a big day. Got to pack, and then Monday morning I'm off, having then done the paperwork Sunday night beforehand. So as much done as possible. But I've got a friend of mine that has come out to see his house. He helped at our summer event, and he lived up the road, really helped out, and he's just dropped off loads of stuff for us to go along the way of the sort of dried foods, all the rest of it that we said we were taking, which I thought was absolutely wonderful. He literally just come from all the way from the Isle of Man to see his house out here, and thought about dropping stuff to us to take out. It's really nice to see how wonderful the human race can be to each other.
Hey everybody, another sunny day out here in the patio. I'm just taking out my creative side for upcoming events that we're having, starting with the signs behind me. I'll show you what I'm up to right now. And here I am in the back garden terrace. Oh, bell's going, of our newly acquired business just down the road, which is our local bar. So I am in charge of making a sign for the garden out here, and I have to beautify it using some of this stock that I found around here. It's something I generally try and use around the chateau as well for events. So I've got roses, mixture of greenery, and I'm trying to obviously turn a plain sign, which will be chalk marker painted on, into something beautiful and inviting like this with a mixture of flowers and greenery, I think it should look like a beautiful garland and be really inviting. Obviously the courtyard isn't a lot full of color and flowers at the moment, but it's something that it's going to be. But overall it is a really sunny space, and I think it's a nice place for people to come and have a drink and catch some sun at the same time. And I'm working here with a mixture of big size roses, some small roses on a string, which is really useful because it's super bendable. And then I have these smaller size roses as well, again on a bendable stick, which is super useful. Found some white colored roses, which throws a nice mix, and all are in good color. They're not bleached out or anything. And then I've got a bunch of greenery up here on the table. I've got some ivy as well, like on here. I've got an ivy that I'm working with, some greenery here and some of it here. Again, it's not bleached out or anything. It's in good condition, and for the outside I think it'll be perfect. I also have these big I don't know what they're called, pom-pom flowers. They remind me of I don't know, one of those big-headed flowers. Oh yeah, and then massive rose as well. So I've got a variety of color out here to work with and see what I can come up with. But I think so far so good. It's a thinking process all on this. It should come out pretty good. I'll be utilizing, of course, some of the chalk pen markers. I've got different colors sets out there, and I've also got some beautiful swirls that I can add maybe to the edges of the front of the sign. I've got literally various varieties, so all I do is tend to put it on and then go within in the part of it with the chalk pen, and it'll have some nice decorating, perhaps like border edges would be really nice and make this whole place stand out a bit more. Well, that's the idea anyways. There's quite a lot of thought process going back and forth and seeing what it turns out and what is looking nice. So I'll be here a while, I think, and I'll show you the finished result afterwards. I've also managed to identify and find this little bowl of flowers. It's meant to be obviously hanging somewhere, but I've identified that I can literally just pull off these purple flowers like this and use them to decorate parts of the leafy parts, so I can add a bit more color into those parts because they perfectly attach to the greenery. So I think it's coming along rather nicely for the moment, and that's what it looked like before. So yeah, pretty pleased with it. And here they are, all done, looking lovely. Now I've run out of time to do the sign in chalk pen, but that'll do for now. It says garden open. They are looking really nice and inviting, and as we step through to the courtyard, we've got this sunny area to enjoy a drink. And speaking of sunshine, it's time for me to enjoy one.